Hi there, my name is Samantha and I'm known here on YouTube as the Yucca Stitcher. Welcome to my Flosstube. Welcome to my home here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I'm really excited to be back because I have some exciting news to share with you. I have finally reached a goal that I've been working on since the beginning of the year. So I'm excited to share that with you. I have some really great progress, some really fun projects, and I hope that you will enjoy. It's always a goal of mine to create good content for you while you're stitching. So let's get started. I always start off with my Book of Days, 2024 by Needlework Press. Last time I saw you was in mid-April, and now we're at the end of the month and I've been stitching. Lots and lots of stitching has been happening. And that's why I'm excited to be back again so soon, because Mira May is coming up and I have some fun, exciting plans that I'm going to be doing in the month of May, and we'll talk about that later. But like I said, I have some exciting news to share with you all. I have been working on reaching 30 projects. And if you watched my last video, I have finally reached 30 projects. And then another goal of mine was to get these 30 projects in a place where I had 10 of them that were in the beginning stages, and 10 of them that were in the middle stage of the project, and 10 that were at that final stretch. The reason why I came up with this was just purely to have that enjoyment of different stages of projects. I'm sure you all can relate. When you have a project and you start on it from the beginning and stitch on it all the way through to the end, you know, once you're finished that project, it's really satisfying, and you know, you get that really great feeling of accomplishment when you've completed a project. But then it's like starting all over with a brand new one all over again. And I wanted to have those different experiences throughout the year, as well as I thought it would be fun to be able to show you different progresses. You know, maybe every month I would pick projects that were close to the end, middle, and some in the beginning, so that I'd have that really great variety of stitching to show you as I go along too. So it works well for both of us. But I am excited. I finally reached 30 projects and have put them all in the 10 in the starts, 10 in the middle, and 10 at the finish. I can't believe it. I came up with this idea. I've been working on it since like last year really, but I had announced in January when I had started, you know, this process of sorting out my projects into the 3 stages and then just moving them along. So I have been working on one of these projects that were, you know, getting close to a finish, and I'm officially putting this spring Quaker into the finishing stages of the project. Now this is a stitch along I had started November 2022, I think it was. Yeah, this came out in 2022, so it was a market release in 2022, and I had started it. The plan for this one was to start it on the first snowfall, which usually happens around like October, November for us, and this was going to be a stitch that was going to help me get through the winter. So it says here, no matter how long the winter, spring is sure to follow. Now those are beautiful words to live by. Right? I have a hard time to getting through the winter, and this project has been so fun to stitch on. I'm excited. So it had taken me a while to get around, you know, to complete the outside border of all of the Quakers and the motifs and the adorable bunnies and all of this. And then I was stuck on the project for a little while. I was stuck because I was like nervous to like count in and to start the basket for some reason. But I finally did it. Earlier this year I had completed the white border stitching inside here, and then just this month I made it into the center and started the basket. And once I started the basket, I just couldn't stop. I was like, I gotta get all that stitching in there. And it was actually really fun to do. It's only 2 different colors. And what I had done was I had just had 2 needles, 2 threads, and I just stitched one color, left it out, did the other one, left it out, you know what I mean? And then just kept going. And I did the same thing when I was kind of doing that checkered basket in the center too. Doesn't it look great? Oh. So all I have left is the beautiful town in the center and those beautiful flowers. That's gonna be fun to do. Like maybe 2 more stitching sessions on this one. Houses one time, the flowers in the center another time, and then this one's gonna be done, which makes me happy and sad all at the same time. This was the very first Lila Studio project I had ever stitched, and it has started like a new obsession for me. I really enjoy these Quakers. I had never done one before. This was my first Quaker, and I had started summer Quaker, and autumn Quaker is a possibility. I've been thinking a lot about that one. There are also some really beautiful designs that she released many years ago where it was, you know, a Halloween Quaker and a holiday Quaker that had a Santa in it. So those might be something that I'm gonna wanna do one day as I go through the years and collect these and stitch them. So fun. What do you think? Isn't it amazing? So fun. I love that stitch. I store it, both of my Quakers, my spring and my summer, in this beautiful bag. It's actually a portfolio that my girlfriend and I made together. And on the front cover, it's got the beautiful stitching from Owl Forest Embroidery, the patchwork calendar that I've been working on, almost on that one too. And yeah, it's kind of fun to have both of my projects stored in here. They match, you know, they're set. And that's been a lot of fun. But if you're looking at the spring Quaker and thinking about stitching it, or you currently have it in your stash and you have been stitching on it off and on, at any time you can use the hashtag springissuretofollowsal on Instagram and post your progress. It's really fun to see others stitch it, what they've been stitching on. If you want to get some inspiration, you know, what kind of fabric to choose and how you stitch it, head over to Instagram and follow the hashtag. That's been a lot of fun. Okay, so on to the next project. I have been working on an Owl Forest Embroidery stitch along that started last year. Is now over, but it's Treasure Island by Owl Forest Embroidery, which I'm keeping in this really beautiful bag that Erica, Fibers and Floss Canada, made for us when we had first started the stitch along. She's got the little X marks the spot, the pirate ships, and you know, the beautiful whales. Look at those colors. I also received the needle minder. This has been really fun to use too. So here I am. This is another project that I have moved from, you know, the middle stages. Now it's going into the ending stages. So this is, I have completed part 12, and there's only a few more parts left to go. And what I stitched was the middle island. Okay, I gotta get this all in there. Look at how awesome this is. This is gonna be so cool. I can even sort of picture it in this space one day, framed on the wall. This is gonna look so good. It's the blue colors, the island, the ship, and the Owl Forest Embroidery floss just has really cool variegation, different pops of color that go through the design. It's been really fun. Like, look. Yeah, this has turned out to be one of my favorite stitches. And you know, I keep looking like, when's the new stitch along gonna come out? And Owl Forest Embroidery did release their announcement for what their next stitch along is going to be, and it's really cute. I'm gonna pass on this one this year because I'm holding out for more storybook tale type stitch alongs, because you know I've been stitching Alice in Wonderland, Emerald City, which is the Wizard of Oz, and Treasure Island. So I'm hoping one day they'll come out with another one that is you know, the fairy tale or a book from childhood sort of idea, because I really enjoy those ones. But in the meantime, you know, even though I'm passing on the mushroom sal that they're starting, I still have this one to work on. I still have Emerald City, and I have started to kit up 100 Owls, which was another stitch along a few years back. So I have lots of Owl Forest that I can work on and still enjoy the stitch along. So fun times there. What did you think? Doesn't it look awesome? I can't believe it. Ending stages of the project. This is so fun. Okay, here's the next one I worked on. This, it hasn't been too long since I had started this one. This is Poppy. Poppy was a gift from a viewer. This was the last Pixie Couture collection Pixie that I had needed for my collection. And I really was dying to get into those red colors the last time you saw this. And I did. Look at this. Poppy is so pretty. Oh my gosh. She's gorgeous. Like, there are no words. I don't know what to say. She's been really fun. You know, it's like I had saved the best for last, really. You know, these pictures never really do them justice, but she was one of those ones that I was like, yep, she'll always be available. I'll get her whenever, and when the time comes and I'm ready to stitch her. And then she went out of print, and a lovely viewer had reached out to me, shared the chart with me, which I'm so thankful for. And it was a lesson learned for me. Don't do that no more. If I have a set that I need, go get it, right? Go complete your set, and there you go. You can have that comfort of knowing you'll always have it whenever you're ready to stitch them. So I'm so thankful for her for sharing the chart with me. But yeah, it's like saving the best for last. Poppy is so beautiful. Look at these colors. And her sparkly wing. Oh my gosh, her cute little haircut. So I completed, you know, a good chunk of the top part of her, the top bottom of her dress. You can see the shape there. So all I have left now is to do this shape of her dress that kind of kicks out the other direction. There's really not a lot to Poppy. Like, beautiful colors, but she's not complicated. She's very simple. Even the wisps, very small, couple little stitches of Krynic and then a bead at the end. Really simple, really elegant. I love her. She's so pretty and has been an absolute joy to stitch on. I have no projects that have red in it, like hardly any. Maybe there'll be a tiny little bit over here and there. This has been so rewarding to stitch on. Those beautiful, beautiful red colors. Ah! Yeah, super, super fun. I'm gonna put her away for a little while. I'm not gonna rush through it. I think I just sped through so much of it that I'm gonna take a little break. I have maybe some plans throughout the year to, now that I've reached my 10-10-10, I don't know what to do. Do I continue on with my starts and moving them into the middles? Do I add more projects to the mix and move up to 40 whips? Like, I don't know what to do now that I've reached my goal. I need some advice. If you all have some advice on what I should do next now that I've reached my goal of 30 whips and putting them all in 10-10-10, what do I do now? Because I have other projects that you know, are stashed away here that I would like to start kitting up and starting and stitching. I could start finishing a few projects now that I have 10 of them that are in the ending stage. I could maybe make a goal of like finishing a couple of them and then do 2 at a time, like bump them up kind of thing. I don't know, I'd like to hear your input. I have a list of, I rewrote the list out of like where I am, and the 10 projects that I have in the starting stages, boy, there's some big ones in there. I'll start off with Dutch Beauty. Dutch Beauty is a huge project, and she's gonna take me forever. I'm gonna call her she. And it's gonna take me a long time to even get it into like the middle. It might be like 5-6 years before I get there. Another big one that I'm working on is Jane Hopkins, and you're gonna see her soon. I did bring her out and work on it. There's the 2020 pandemic sampler. I have a stocking that is taking some time. So a lot of these, I have the Storyteller, which is the new dragon by Teresa Wensler. That's gonna take a while. Like, a lot of these projects aren't gonna be easy to move now. Like, I think I took all my easy ones that were easy to move along and did that so I could get to my 10-10-10. Now I'm kind of like, it's gonna be a while before I can move any of these. But I do have a great list of projects that are close to the finishes. So a couple of them here are Luna by Nora Corbett, Emerald City, Patchwork Calendar, Stargazer, Bluebell, Holly, Spring Quaker you just saw, Treasure Island, and Poppy. There's a few others in here too, some smaller ones. Azul is an ornament that I'm working on. I think that's it. Yeah, there's 10 there. So, you know, it's like I could finish a couple and keep going. We'll see. See how it goes. All right, so here's the next one. This is Summer Quaker. Summer Quaker by Lila Studio. Beautiful. I love this design. We're using the hashtag on Instagram, liveinthesunshinesal, which I grabbed just from, you know, the first quote. It says here, live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink the wild air. Beautiful. So this one I attempted to stitch in a slightly different way. Instead of leaving all the middle, you know, full coverage part for the end, I have decided to stitch as I go. So I still love the idea of, you know, doing the outside border. It looks really cool when you know, when you stitch it this way. But at the same time, this is way too much stitching to leave to the very end. So I'll show you where I am. I'm moving this project out of the starting stage and have moved it into the middle. I believe this to be about a third done. If you were to kind of divide this project into three, this looks like a third has been completed. And then the next part will be the middle. So what I worked on was this. I had live in the sunshine, drink the, and so what I did was complete the quote on the top part and the bottom, and did some more of this border, brought it down so that I could get this in, just like on this side. And then I did this this Quaker and this one, and a couple of the motifs. There's a fish, a sand dollar, a flower, a heart. That was so fun and didn't actually take too long. I worked on Summer Quaker for 5 days, I think. And it was very, you know, we've had lots of things happen in our household to keep us busy. And so, you know, just a little bit of stitching every night, or maybe an hour in the morning kind of thing. And so 5 days of stitching, I was able to complete that Quaker and get to my goal, a third of the project done. This is almost like, this is the, you know, the page here. So there's just a little bit more on this side, but this is all full coverage. The water, there is a whale in there. Like, there's a lot of stitching still. Cute little mermaid coming up. Again, another row of houses that will go through here too. I love that about the design. The houses back there and the trees, the lighthouse, that was fun to stitch. So I'm making great progress. Again, if you want to join the stitch along at any time, we're using the hashtag liveinthesunshinesal on Instagram. You can get inspiration from others who are stitching this as well. The stitch along had started, it's been almost a year now. It had started August 1st, 2023. So we're getting close to the 1 year mark, which is really exciting. I think I am going to put this away for a little while and stitch on it again in the summer. You know, maybe in August again. That'll be fun. I have a couple of other summery projects that I'll want to stitch on during that time too. It'll be a lot of fun. So, you know, while I was stitching on this one, I started to think about Autumn Quaker by Lila Studio. It was released last year, and when it first came out, I knew I wanted to stitch it. But I have a little bit of a dilemma. These two projects that I had 2 pieces of fabric that were like, I didn't know they were going to be perfect for the stitch. They were a hand-dyed by Rolanda fabric, 36 count, that I had purchased years and years ago. Like, they have just been in my collection forever. And when Spring Quaker came out, I was like, oh, this fabric will actually look really great. And I stitched on it. And I knew I had this blue fabric, you know, that was kind of like purchased at the same time, same size, same count. And when Summer Quaker came out, I was like, oh my gosh, it's almost too perfect. Like, The called for fabric is like kind of a beige, sort of a sandy color, which looks beautiful. But I had in my head that this blue was going to look amazing. It was like it was waiting for summer Quaker to come out and I could stitch these two as a set. So that's great. They're going to be the same size. You know, I'm stitching 2/2 on 36 count DMC, and I love the plush stitching on this. I absolutely love it. And so now I'm kind of wondering, you know, if I do autumn Quaker, what do I stitch it on? Like, I can't get more of this fabric. She doesn't make this kind anymore. This is something hand-dyed by Rolanda did years ago, and she doesn't have anything like this anymore. I'm sure she has 36 count, but I'm nervous about, you know, doing a 36 and then it not looking good on 2/2, just because if it's a different brand of linen or something. I'm not sure. Different colors, like, I'm not sure what to do, but I think I need to get the pattern. And I think I need to think about it, about what I'm going to stitch it on, and go from there, because I know there's already a winter Quaker in the works. Lila Studio gave a little teaser on her Instagram, and you could see she was stitching the model for winter Quaker. So maybe I need to, you know, purchase autumn Quaker and then think about 2 types of fabric that are, you know, kind of a set that kind of go together, that will make sense for autumn and winter. Maybe that's a possibility. But I would love to start another stitch along. Do you think there would be any interest? Are there any of you out there that would be interested in, and when I say stitch along, this one's like a start along, you know, selecting a date maybe in the autumn to start autumn Quaker. And if you want to jump in and join, we'll have a hashtag. I thought of already, you know, what the quote was in the center, and hashtag autumn is as joyful Sal is kind of what I think, you know, just by using the quote, which would be a great way to start that. So I'm thinking about that. Would any of you be interested in joining me for like an autumn Quaker start along? Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. I think I'm gonna get the pattern and start dreaming up what kind of fabric I should get for it, and go from there, All right, so I have one more project for you. This is gonna be a quick video, I think, because I'm, you know, going through my projects really quickly here. And it's only been a couple of weeks since my last video, so not a ton to share, but still nonetheless some really great progress. This was the last project that I have been working on. This was just over the weekend. This is Jane Hopkins, 1875 by Hands Across the Sea. This is amazing. I don't know why I don't pull this out more often. I'm gonna make this a goal of mine to, you know, maybe once a month or every other month bring this out, because I adore this stitch. It's the roses in the center. This is my very first Hands Across the Sea chart. And when I have this out and I'm stitching on it, I'm like, wow, this chart's amazing. Like, just the colors just pop off the page. It's so easy to read. Very, very enjoyable. The only thing is that can be a bit challenging for me is because I've decided to stitch this on 46 count linen. So it's like the smallest count, highest count, smallest count I have ever stitched on. And like, even though it's a bit of a challenge, I'm using DMC. I'm stitching it 1 strand over 2 linen threads. This is going to be incredible. I feel it in my bones. This is going to be one of my, like, when this is completed, this is going to be one of my most favorite stitches. I just know it. I can feel it. It is so pretty. Look at those colors. And I don't have anything like this on my wall. It's going to look beautiful and elegant. I'm very, very happy with it. Look at these cute little itty bitty teeny tiny cutie patootie stitches. Look at them. Tell me that's not going to look incredible. It's going to be amazing. So what I was stitching on this over the weekend is getting some more of these leaves in. I have a little bit of, you can see I have like the veins in the sort of like in the leaves, those purpley colors, and getting all the fun greenery around it stitched in, sort of like fill-in. It's been really fun. And I'm gonna keep it out for a few more days. And I'm debating, you know, oh boy, do I keep going with the leaves and flowers, or do I go up top? And because I've already done this one, I could move up and start this big jumbo flower. I could move down and do this big leaf and a couple more of these little rosebuds here, kind of complete that side. I think I'm going to stitch the whole vase first and then the border. I don't know. That's sort of what I've been thinking of as I've been stitching on it. I'm like, I think I'm going to do that. But you never know. This is going to take some time, and over the year I might, you know, change my plan and scooch over to do some border, because you know, if I do stitch the whole vase, there's that worry of like, oh, I hope the border matches up. You know, maybe I should do a little bit of both at the same time, but that vase is everything, and I'm very tempted. You know, the stitching I've done is right up here, so I could do some of the vase, which would be really fun. Those sort of like diamond shapes in the vase that are multicolored, really fun. But this flower screaming at me like, stitch me, Samantha, this one too. And those beautiful strawberry borders is going to be really, really fun. Love this stitch, so happy with it so far. 46 count. I forgot to mention I'm stitching this on boy, what is this? I'm gonna have to take it off. There's a tag on here. Oh, there it is. Fiber on a Whim. Fiber on a Whim latte. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna keep that on the Q snap. I'm gonna stitch on it for a few more days before the month is over and we move into Mira May. My girlfriend and I, Erica, Fibers and Floss Canada, are releasing a video, it's May 1st, that will be all about stitching mirabilias, our passion for stitching them, as well as you know, some tips and tricks, some things we've learned along the way that I think is going to be a really fun video. If you're interested in starting a mirabilia, you're going to want to watch this video. And it's going to be released on Fibers and Floss Canada channel, so you look out for that. I will, once it has been released, I will tag it underneath in the notes for you so that you can find it easily. You should subscribe to the Huga Stitcher. You should be subscribing to my channel if you want to, you know, receive updates from when I have a new video pop up. But also go over and subscribe to Erica, Fibers and Floss Canada, so you don't miss out on some of the really great tips and tricks of starting a mirabilia. I think it's going to be really fun. To celebrate the month of May, for Mira May, I am going to start this project. This is the Cottage Garden Fairy. Now, I have been, you know, this has been in my collection for some time. Probably before I started Flosstube, I've had this in my collection, and it's a beautiful chart. It took me time to figure out what kind of fabric I was going to stitch it on, and last summer I had purchased this 32 count Oaken by Picture This Plus, which has some really beautiful modeling on it. I've marked on here, this is going to be the top, because I've sort of mapped out you know, where the modeling is and where I'd want the wings to be and that sort of thing. You could go this way, that way, and I thought it would look amazing in the center there. Oh, yes, beautiful. So this is my second project that I've stitched a mirabilia that will be on Picture This Plus. Usually I stick to like the called for fabric, and the last one I did on Picture This Plus was Shakespeare's Fairies. And I've been enjoying it on this fabric. It is a little different. I haven't done any beading or anything like that on it yet, so it's still kind of new. I want to go through the whole process before I can be like, this is what you should stitch it on, or this is what count you should stitch on, but this is a 32 count. And I think it's going to be great for the stitching, for the krynic, for the beads, but I'll really know once I've gone through the whole process. This one has actually quite a few beads, but a lot of it is like throughout her dress. Like it's one of her designs where it's like there's little spaces, you leave spaces as you go, that will have the beading in it. And a lot of it is like on the outer side of this. Oh gosh, this is so pretty. Right on the outer, is that sort of like a bow? Yeah, that is like her dress sort of ties at the back. That is so pretty. I never really noticed it. And then these beautiful colors. Her wings are everything to me. It's giving me butterfly wings right there. And she's holding a wand, like game over for me. I see a wand and I'm like, yep, I want to stitch it. And here are her beautiful colors. Yeah. So she's gonna be a lot of fun. I wanna get a start on her. That'll be a special treat for me to start in May. And then something else I had mentioned to you on my last video, that Fibers and Floss Canada, Erica, Sarah, Lady Lugana on YouTube, they, the three of us have started our own stitch along. So in a different way. This way, what we've decided to do is to select a project that is a current whip of ours, that maybe it's an older whip, maybe it is something that's a big project and it would be nice to get some help moving it along. Or, you know, even a thought I had would be like, maybe it's a project that I have that my friends haven't stitched on, maybe a designer they haven't stitched, and they would get to experience that chart, that pattern, and get a feel for it, and maybe fall in love with that designer, that sort of thing. So that's sort of the idea. I had selected Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow as one of my charts, and I have shipped it off to Erica and she's received it. And I have received a package from Lady Lugana. And this, I'm really excited to share with you what she has picked. This is Design Works. It's called Symphony Bouquet. And this was a project that she has, one of her oldest whips, which is really awesome. And this was a special chart to her because this was a pattern that sort of sparked her love for cross stitch. Her mother had purchased this kit and gifted it to her. And she had stitched, like, I believe she said her very first thing she ever stitched was like an ornament, which she has completed. And this was the second thing she ever started. And when she had started stitching on this, it sort of, that was it. She was into Flosstube, she was into stitching Mirabilias and Nora Corbett's and kits and all kinds. You know, she has a very, very wonderful variety of patterns that she loves. And this is the one that she has picked to for the stitch along. And this is her stitching. It's done on 18 count Aida, and done with all the flosses. It's all DMC, I believe. She shipped, you know, a beautiful box that had everything I needed to give a go on this pattern. And I had noticed that, like I had rewatched Lady Lugana's first couple videos that she released on Flosstube, because I wanted to hear the story about this design in more detail and what she had shared about it. And one of the things that she had mentioned was that she had wished that she had done some back stitching as she goes. So I'm going to treat her, and I'm going to do some back stitching on some of the first rows that she has completed. Anything that could be back stitched, you know, I'm going to do some. And I don't know yet. I haven't put this on my Q-snap yet to kind of, and looked at the chart real thoroughly on where I'm going to go next. But I want to help her out, and I want to move this project along, and maybe I might do some of these colors in here. Maybe I might do a rose that's beside it. We'll see. But I want to do some back stitching for her to kind of help make those flowers pop that she's already stitched. This is beautiful. And Sarah, your stitching is like perfection. I can't even, like, to see that this is one of the first things that she's ever stitched on. Her stitching is so beautiful. So I'm hoping I can match up your tension and, you know, make your stitching look like my stitching. but I can see that all of our crosses will go the same direction, so we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited to stitch on this. She had sent me a lovely note describing this pattern and why she had chosen it. And she also had included a few goodies for me, which is so fun. First up, I want to share with you some of these beautiful colors that she had included in the package as a little gift. And this cute little, she has 2 Westies. So as soon as I opened it, I was like, oh, Sarah, she's so adorable. There are some Karen water lilies, which I absolutely love, and I don't have these colors. So that's kind of fun to add to my collection. This one is called Alpine Moss. Beautiful. This one's called Seaweed. Gorgeous. And then these 2, I don't have any dinky dyes in my collection at all. And there's 2 skeins here. This is Twilight. I'm gonna have to find something beautiful to stitch with this. And I've been dying to try dinky dyes. I gotta find something pretty, Sarah, for this. And then she also gifted me a Mill Hill kit. This one's called Into the Woods, Mill Hill Buttons and Beads. Oh, there's a button in here, cool. Sarah and I both have a love for Halloween stitching. I mean, I wouldn't really consider this, it is sort of like, you know, with the cats and the moon and the crows in the tree and the lantern. Doesn't really say Halloween, but it's, you know, that fall in the woods, those kind of autumn colors in there. This is gonna be so fun. I can't wait to stitch this. Look at the beads and the button, those colors. Oh, this is gonna be so fun. Thank you, Sarah. And it couldn't come without a special treat. She had purchased some chocolate Sutter from where she is from in New Hampshire. Here is a lovely chocolate bar. It says Barbara Ann's chocolate chip, caramelized white chocolate. What? Oh my gosh. I can't wait to eat those. And then look at these beautiful chocolates too. Sarah. Ah. And I've never seen anything like this. These are, they're called tea drops. Rose Earl Grey, which I love. I love Earl Grey tea. And it says you just drop them in. Premium loose leaf tea, pressed into drops. This one's called Chai Spice. Yeah, how perfect is this? Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm really excited about these little goodies, and I'm extra excited to start stitching on your design. So we're going to give each other all 3 months with the patterns that we've shipped off to each other, because Erica shipped a pattern to Lady Lugana, and in 3 months we're going to rotate. This is going to go to Erica, and she's going to stitch on it for 3 months, and then after that's done, she's going to ship it back to Sarah. And we kind of made a rule that like this project does not need to be finished, you know, when it comes back. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to really to help the stitcher move along the design, but also to have a story to share about it afterwards. You know, it's something special, our friendship that we've made through Flosstube. And then, you know, to have a piece that it will come back to you that like you've stitched on, your 2 friends have stitched on, and hopefully it will help spark your ambition to complete this pattern and have it framed and be on the wall and be able to look at it. That's the goal. I'm excited to stitch on this. Yay! Thank you, Sarah, for joining the stitch along for the, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, my mind is blanking. Round Robin. Round Robin. Thank you so much, Sarah, for joining the Round Robin with me and Erica. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm excited to stitch on your design and get going on that. That's gonna be exciting. And also to participate in Mira May. Something else I had thought of that could be really fun over the month would be to film a Mirabilia whip parade. I have many whips, many Mirabilia whips, But I also have mini charts, and I have things that have been kitted up and that I'm going to start soon. So I wanted to do a video of, you know, my past finishes and just go through the whole thing. Just go through them all and share it with you. I think that'll be really fun. I have a couple of finishes in my drawer down here that I would like to get out and wash and, you know, dry, hang to dry, possibly stretch onto some foam board. I have purchased some foam board and some pins. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think it would be really fun to get them out so that I can display them and share them with you all. And also for myself to be able to enjoy them. They're just tucked away in a drawer right now, which is really sad. And I want to get them out and look at them and feel inspired. And I hope that it will help inspire you, maybe help you, you know, stitch on your mirabilias and your Nora Corbetts, or maybe even spark the interest to start one yourself. That's the goal, that's the plan. So I will see you all very shortly. I'll be back in May with an update for you all. Until then, take care everyone. Enjoy your stitching. Bye-bye.